So here's how to activate her attraction switch in 30 seconds so she becomes attracted to you, emotional towards you, and excited about the idea of giving you her number, meeting up with you, spending the night with you, spending all night with you, and opening up to you in all those fun, physical, passionate ways. You got to think about it from the point of female psychology. You don't need to press some buttons to activate that attraction switch. You got to realize that a woman wants her attraction switches to be activated. If you're in a bar or a nightclub or a party or a singles event or something like that, and there's going to be girls and women there who are single and they really want to meet a spectacular guy, they're already hoping that all of those switches get turned on. So you don't really need to actively do some magical Cirque du Soleil kind of performance. You need to help her to realize the potential that's waiting to be realized. Number one, here are the attraction switches that she's going through in her head. First of all, she has a kind of a barrier to entry, a first impression barrier. So she's thinking, is this guy groomed and is this guy dressing proportionate to his physique? Every girl or woman has a predetermined idea in her mind of what her potential attraction might look like. It's like that ABBA song, anybody could be that guy. And it could be you. So she comes across you and she scans you. She's thinking, new haircut, sense of style, refined shirt, stands up straight, looks like he's a warm-blooded creature because he actually goes to the gym just a little bit, or runs, or rock climbs, or does push-ups or whatever, or yoga. So she thinks, boom, I am mentally and emotionally open for business with this person. Next, she's looking for a combination of confidence and empathy. Confidence by definition, as far as dating coaches are concerned, is if you perceive that nothing holds you back. So confidence is that you are not waiting for permission to go first and to make something happen. The other thing is, it needs to be crystal clear at the same time that you have an awareness of how you're affecting other people. We all know people in the world who are unaware of how they're affecting other people. And you just think, shit, that person is kind of a social hand grenade. They're not aware of their body odor or their rudeness or their lack of manners or those kind of things. And you think that's bad news. But charming is when you can be both confident, outgoing, and expressive, but aware of other people at the same time. So how do you do that? How do you flick that attraction switch? If you say, pardon me, do you mind if I was to be so bold to introduce myself? Or you could say, excuse me, very sorry to interrupt you, let me introduce myself. So you've ticked both of those attraction switches. And so that attraction switch, when you simply introduce yourself with detail, my name is Alex, I'm here with my friends, we're having this kind of a night, it's my friend's party or a celebration or an IPO, or he just got back out of jail, with some detail, I live in this area, I've got this company over here, can I ask about you? So you go first. We always say on this channel, be the host of the conversation. 2 more attraction switches flipped. Now at the same time, another subconscious attraction switch is flipping on when she's starting to realize, shit, here is a guy who gets it. Oh shit, if this guy gets it and he's that kind of attractive type of guy, that means that all these other single women here in this place, they're gonna be interested in this guy as well. So the other attraction switch that is flipped is the fear of loss. She's thinking this is a rare entity that's going to be popular with other women. Another attraction switch is flipped. He's popular amongst other women and potentially creates fear of loss. Now, let's flip another attraction switch. This one you might want to do a bit more consciously. So as you're having the first parts of the conversation with this girl or woman, be the guy who doesn't rush to respond. Don't force the conversation. Don't rush to keep the conversation going at every juncture. So to flip another attraction switch that's not easy to please, high standards, and you have a sense of selectivity, as that woman or girl is talking, pause or disagree or look disengaged or challenge. Just one little negative emotion, one little challenging emotion, which as you get infinitely more experienced talking to girls and women, you're gonna start to see some kind of repetitive patterns, and you're also gonna see people being super nervous around you. And say, for example, you're talking to somebody and she's super nervous around you, you're like, little roll of the eyes, little deep breath, you're like, okay, she's a little nervous, slow down, make it easy for her. Now she's gonna experience, shit, this guy's so confident, nothing's worrying him. Maybe I'm even starting to bore him. He thinks that I'm predictable. Major attraction switch if you do that one. As you can imagine, the guys who don't have a lot of experience with girls, maybe guys like you watching this, you're gonna be equally as nervous, but take a deep breath, realize that she's nervous as well. She has a condition called being approached anxiety, as we all do, but take your time and activate that attraction switch. Now, you're doing all of those things. Here's another major attraction switch. This is the overt demonstration fear of loss, which is a negative, serious emotion on the conversation compass. And you say, hey, look, so nice to have met you. Let me leave you to it. You do the takeaway. If you can do the takeaway, that is a demonstration of a fear of loss. Major attraction switch is switched. And then she's going to be thinking, shit, have I bored this guy? Does he have other options? He's cool, he's interesting, but he's moving on for no good reason. That's a major fear of loss. Now, let's add another attraction switch. There's so many of them, it's like 8 or 9. Humor, attraction switch. Humor is quite tricky. You need to say something that is beyond safe. So if you were to make a self-aggrandizing joke or a big tease or a big self-deprecation or a big role play. So say, for example, you were checking me out because I've got an incredible ass. If you said that, that's humor. Is it good humor? We can speculate. I'm trying to be safe for the fucking internet here. But if you said something like that, you're demonstrating that you can say something that's a bit socially risky, that you're not worried about getting her approval, you're not worried about judgment. You're gonna generate a test. She's gonna say, what? No, you're full of crap. I'm like, I knew it. You love buns. You're a bakery girl. Oh God, this is some bad humor. But we can't say anything like that we can't use any real jokes on the internet anymore. Humor switch. Beat the test switch. And then the last major attraction switch, and all of this is happening on the 22-second clock so far. The last major attraction switch is a call to action. That you're a man with a plan, that you're genuinely curious, and you want to move things forward. And then you would say something like, hey, it'd be nice to get a drink with you a little bit later, but I'll leave you to it now. So that means this guy, he knows to go for what he wants. He acts on his curiosity. He reaches for something that he values, and he treats the things that he values very well. He looks after them, he's polite to them, he shows people a really good time. While you're doing all of this, you can bridge the physicality gap. Put your hand on the person's shoulder, a safe social thing to do. Hold hands, shake hands with 2 hands. Be so bold as to go for a hug. When you do that, you show that you can bridge the physicality gap. Boom, another attraction switch has happened all at the same time. And then lastly, it's really important to verbalize how you could appreciate that person's personality, who they are, rather than the fact that they could potentially be somebody who you intimately desire, who you're interested in having sex with. So if you were to say something like, I think you're quite a confident person, or you really stand up for yourself, or you're super present, it's really impressive. If you can cut through the aesthetic impression and then show some appreciation verbally and overtly to appreciate who that person is as a person, boom, 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 so many attraction switches. Then if all of those things are happening, you're single, she's single, demographically these things line up, then that leads to compliance if you request the drink, or if you request the phone number, or if you send that text or make that phone call looking to meet up and do something that week, to take the meeting to the meetup, to actually making a relationship and a connection happen. And all of that can be done flat out in about 30 seconds. Be aware that if you become that kind of person and you can flick attraction switches that quickly, then you're gonna basically scare people. They're gonna become, the girls, the women are gonna be nervous, introverted, self-conscious, and they may even seem really, really shy. Stick to the way that you behave. Continue to ask for the phone numbers, ask for the drink, be patient while that person who you're making nervous, while she takes some time to relax and open up. And then you can go from total strangers, flip all the attraction switches, make the connection, and then you're gonna have a very happy pickup and dating life. Subscribe for videos like this every week and book a discovery call to talk to me about our latest strategies and methods that we use for live approaching in group events, and the things that we use with the direct coaching with the students just like you to set your game on fire immediately.